All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we're going to start off by giving all praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Rakakwarash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Yesharala de Ruel. And salutations to you, Akim, out there in the highways and the byways, preaching his word in truth and in sincerity. And this is GMS Chicago coming at you again with another lesson. And basically, the topic of this lesson is going to be, hey, us being in this truth, we're not in this just for ourselves. We got a whole brotherhood to take care of, like the scriptures say, we got to take care of the flock. So even though we're done with our videos and our own personal building up, we still got a job to do, which is what? Building up the brotherhood, teaching what you know and they don't, sacrificing your time and certain things to be there for them, things like that, man.
That's right. It's an all-around job. It's a 24/7 job because it's a service. The scriptures go into your reasonable service. Mm-hmm. All right. The scriptures say, he had quoted it earlier, when you go into Acts 20 and 28, it says, "Take heed to thyself and unto the flock, over which the Holy Ghost have made you overseers and purchased with his own blood." That's what, roughly quoting that, that's what our job is. And in that job, the Apostle Paul explained how he strived for the masteries and was temperate in all things. He said, I both discipline my body and keep it under subjection, because this is a 24-hour job. You might have to have the spirit of, being brotherly. When another brother going through his trials, maybe a trial of humility, maybe a trial of faith. And the Lord bring that brother through that, but you might have to be there. You might have to sacrifice your time for that. And you will learn something by teaching that brother, or that brother will learn something from the experience he had with you, and that builds those bonds, those affinities, and those things that let us know that this just is the truth, and that's all we got. So your body have to be acceptable for the Lord all the time. Like, you got to understand, we the Lord's wife. Your woman can't never tell you no. That's an American concept. Mm-hmm. So to speak, just quoting something, if you need your woman to go wash dishes, that's her job. Yeah. If you need her body, that's her job. If you need any other stuff, that's her job. We the Lord's woman, man, and his servant, and his son. In every shape, form, and fashion, we supposed to be available for Yahweh Shem Shai. Salaki, brother, I was on one.
No, you're good. This is 1 Corinthians 13:1. It says, "Though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels, and have not charity, I am become as a sounding brass or a tinkling cymbal." You're worthless. You there's no point in knowing all that if you're just heaping it to yourself. Calling yourself, I'm humble. I help brothers out, but every time the occasion comes across, you ignore it.
The nigga, this proud nigga, Guardians of the Galaxy, he detracts. I'm greatly humble.
Right.
Nigga, that's that spirit, man. Ain't no humility in the motherfucking body, man. I'm greatly humble.
Mm-hmm. This is verse 2. It says, "And though I have the gift of prophecy and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and though I have all faith so that I could remove mountains, and have not charity, I am nothing." It says, "And though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, and though I give my body to be burned, and I have not charity, it profited me nothing." So Paul is going into how important it is for us to have charity within each other, sacrificing things for each other. Yahweh Shai said what? What does it say? That this is the second is greater as great as the first. That you love your brother as you love thyself. So whenever you see your brother in a situation, whether you've been in a situation yourself or not, you got to consider, like, damn, I've been through that before. You know what? Let me help him out. I know how he feels. Or, I never been through it, but I can kind of figure it out how he might be feeling. So let me go help him out.
And see, when you go help him out, that's the beauty of that. Because that's still a learning experience as well. You see how the brother kept his integrity through that situation. Mm-hmm. And then, you help him out. You see you can make it through that situation. So when you go through that's all experience. That's all the building. This nigga said in the song, I go through it so you won't have to do it after me. Mm-hmm. And in certain things, certain battles the Lord got from certain brothers, but we learn from them all. We grow from them all, and we go through them all, no matter what. Because if one part of the body hurting, all of it hurting. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you know, when you do charity, you know, you got to do it in the right purpose too, without any ulterior motives. You know, really do it without expecting anything in return. This is verse 4. It says, charity suffereth long and is kind. Charity envieth not. Charity vaunteth not itself, is not puffed up, doth not behave itself unseemly, seeketh not her own, is not easily provoked, thinketh no evil, rejoiceth not in iniquity, but rejoiceth in truth. You know, so this is the spirit that we're supposed to have when we give out charity. You know, not being proud or for you know to be you know to seen as the brother, like, yeah, you know, I always help, brother, you know, because you don't want to be in that spirit.
Greatly humble.
You know, it says beareth all things, believeth all things, hopeth all things, endureth all things. Verse 8, charity never faileth, but whether there be prophecies, they fail. Whether there be tongues, they shall cease. Whether there be knowledge, it shall vanish away. You know, but there you go. Charity never faded. Charity is real important when it comes to our salvation.
Right, because it's like the brother just read all those good attributes. It's in everything. Hey, just like prophecy. We ain't gonna have to prophesy in the kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's gonna be a cease to everything. But that charity, that love, fear the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahweh with all thy heart. You know, and love thy neighbors, thy love thyself. The Lord is really gonna put that in our hearts and our minds. So that'll never go anywhere.
Yep.
You know, but we don't. Everything else going to see. We ain't gonna have to study. You know, when the Lord give us His download, we ain't gonna have to prophesy. That's why that shall cease. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. This is 2 Timothy 2 and 10. This is, therefore I endure all things for the elect's sake, and that they may also obtain the salvation which is in Hamashiach Yahushai with eternal glory. So hey, there's gonna be times where we have to go through certain things just for a brother. You know, you might not you know, want to go through it, but hey, for the brother's sake, you gotta sacrifice whatever it is you gotta sacrifice, just so that brother could learn from that experience or whatever the case is.
And you could prove yourself in this thing of ours. Mm-hmm. You know, because that's being the Israelite outside of being the Israelite. And what I mean like that, what the brother's going into is that, just like how we say a lot of niggas are Saturday Israelites, you know, they go out there with the brightest garment, the heaviest beard, got the old fucking ISUPK line up ass posture, you know, like super Israelites, and you know, as soon as they leave the cap, they be a nigga, man. Shit, look at ISUPK. Well, they be niggas on camera. The adulterous ass monkeys. But nevertheless, you know, these are the things that's not seen. That's a part of this brotherhood that the average individual that watch these videos and talk shit about men like the apostles, the elders, all the other brothers will never understand. And they're so selfish and selfless that they could never see themselves doing this, so they couldn't believe it's a group of men that do these things and have this much love, companionship, and camaraderie. No charge. That's why a lot of these wicked ass women against you niggas in the truth. Not niggas in the truth, Salaki. But that's why a lot of you know, that's a term of endearment for me. You know, I'm from Chicago, it's different. But some people get offended from it. But that's why a lot of these old Keishas you jakes get up with trying to make a Sarah the princess don't like you. Or they end up despising you and leaving you because they see the camaraderie of the brotherhood and they be envious. And they know if they had what you have, they wouldn't even be with you. You know, they out of all they dope dealing ass boyfriends they had, or dudes with some money or whatever type of status they had in the world, from Ray to whoever, you know, from their own family, from their mother, their father, they never seen this they can't trust themselves around their cousin with their money or their woman or nothing, and they see all this, or their man in this case, and they see all this shit that all this camaraderie that these brothers got, and they become envious of that. That's why these women, you know, they'll try to snatch you out the brotherhood, man, because the world don't understand this love we got. That's why when you go to the, not King David. It was King David and Saul's son Jonathan. He said the love that I had for him surpassed the love that I have for a woman. You know, and these bug outs and weirdos will try to make that into some type of a vile affection love thing. You know, I done heard these niggas go off and say shit like that, you know, amongst the world, battling with the 2/3 of Israel. But nevertheless, that's a deep love, man. That's a real unconditional love. Long as you with the Yahweh Shai, the love of the brotherhood is unconditional. After that, you a castaway. If you fall from this, but long as you in good standing with the Lord, this love, this is unmatched, man.
Yep. Hey, this is 2 Samuel 1:26. This is, I am distressed for thee, my brother Jonathan. Very pleasant hast thou been unto me. Thy love to me was wonderful, passing the love of women. Hey, that's the love that we gotta have with each other too. To the point where, hey, because a lot of niggas in the world, they go with their boys, but as soon as it's an altercation between their boys and their women, most of these niggas pick their women.
Boy and their family.
Mm-hmm.
You see, because we on another level.
Yep.
That's why a lot of niggas envy this. They can't put it together, man. And that's how we know that this is divine. Outside of understanding, the scriptures, outside of waking up, and understanding we the so-called Negroes, so-called Latinos, so-called Native Americans, are the Israelites, outside of understanding those deep mysteries, the way things just aspire in this truth amongst brothers, you have to know this is divine. You got men that was drug dealers, men that was playing basketball, men that was Marine, dude that was, in the world, the medicine field, dudes from all type of walks of life can just agree together and come together in camaraderie. Even if they don't see eye to eye on certain things, I'm talking about outside of scriptures, even if they live totally different lifestyles, what's in black and white in these scriptures is just heavily agreed upon and acted upon. And the world will never understand that. This is truly divine, man. The brotherhood is truly divine.
Mm-hmm. Yep. This is John 13. Let me just read right here. John 13:35 says, "By this shall all men know that ye are my disciples, if ye have love one to another." And it's crazy because people in the world even look at, like, every time we're out, with the brothers, they look at us like, damn, what's something about them that I can't, put a finger to? They like, how they move. They're not, making fun of each other when they see a girl just to look cool. They're not, they
cornball shit, man.
Mm-hmm. They're generally showing affection. They're pulling each other's seat for each other, picking up each other's plate.
And they know we not no moles, no weirdos.
Mm-hmm.
They don't notice us personally, so they don't think we famous people. But they see that camaraderie, man.
Yep.
They see that camaraderie, man. I remember one time I was in Miami, just fucking around with the Miami brothers, And we in the winery thing. And I was talking to this chick. And I guess she tried to say some little cornball joke about me or some shit. And the brothers, they was all the way on the other side of the room, but they ain't play that. And the bitch was just playing, but the brothers, they didn't take it lightly, so to speak, or they didn't really just agree with her. And they said, man, I don't know. And she said, I don't know what y'all got going on. Because, she was kicking it. She was cool. She was fucking with us or whatnot. But she said, I don't know what y'all got going on. But y'all really, those people right there are really your friends. Mm-hmm. I said, I know that. Everybody with me, Boost Lake's tight, man. And definitely on the ground.
God. This is Sirach 33:17. This is, consider that I labored not for myself only, but for all them that seek learning.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. So that goes into, do your own personal studies, because that you studying on your own time, that plays an effect on when you go and teach the brotherhood, when you go and break bread. If you ain't studying, then how are you gonna teach the flock? How are you gonna lead the way?
You be on wood. Iron sharpens iron.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta be sharp, man. You gotta go through your experience. That's why the Lord get brothers from different experiences, different times of life. Some brothers come in at 50, some brothers come in at 15. The Lord got your experience in your life and your knowledge and understanding of and execution of the scriptures for your surrogate that's out there in the world that's totally void of this truth, that can only hear the message from you or can only see the message from you. The Lord is, I'm just speaking as a man, but that's how I see the truth.
Yep. We could end it with this one.
Okay.
This is Acts 20 and
28.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I'm gonna start at 27.
Let's
this
go.
is, for I have not shunned to declare unto you all the counsel of Yahweh. It says, take heed therefore unto yourselves and to all the flock. So it's not just about us, it's the flock as well. Over the which the Holy Ghost had made you overseers to feed the church of Yahweh, which he had purchased with his own blood. So the Lord called us in for that through the Holy Ghost.
That's exactly. King David, a perfect example. He was a shepherd. They went to his brothers because he was like this. He said it's him.
Yep.
You know, I think Amos went down the same way. He was a shepherd, to my knowledge. I could be wrong, but nevertheless, it was just the same thing. They understand it. They was doing different things, and the Lord just chose them. The Lord chose them.
Yep. It says, verse 29, for I know this after my departing shall grievous wolves enter in among you, not sparing the flock.
So and look at ISUPK talking about commit adultery. That's a perfect example. But like I was mentioning, King David, that's what I wanted to say. He was a shepherd, and the scriptures say that he was a man after the Lord's own heart. But his occupation was a shepherd. The shepherds watch the flock.
It says, also of your own selves shall men arise, speaking perverse things to draw away disciples after them. So see, this is
we didn't see that. No, go ahead, brother.
I was gonna say, this is Paul, looking after the flock, what they should look after, what they, if you see this, mark that man, like the scriptures say, this is gonna happen, so be ready for it, and that's what we got to do. It says, also of your own selves shall men arise, speaking perverse things to draw away disciples after them. Therefore watch and remember that by the space of 3 years I cease not to warn every one night and day with tears. So don't be just worried about your own things, and then when a brother needs help, you're just, I already read for the day, I already did my videos. Like, what the fuck? You still gotta we're a servant to Yahweh Bashim Hashai. It's work we gotta do, man. The sins we gotta cover.
Yeah, the scriptures say, let them know that he who saves his soul from death covers a multitude of sins.
Charity, right? And also the other one, charity covers a multitude of sins.
Perfect.
Yep. Hey, you have anything else?
No.
Okay, so with that, hopefully Brian were edified. We're gonna end it by giving all praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Yesharala that rule well, and salutations to you, Akim, out there in the highways and the byways, preaching his word in truth and in sincerity. Shalom.
Shalom.
Abba Babal.
Abba Babal. Endure.